Okay, so this is a really simple guide on how to do long division. Long division is really difficult until you know the steps, and then it becomes really easy, because at the end of the day, if you know every single step, you won't make mistakes and then you'll get to the right answer. These are worth quite a lot of marks in tests, so it's good to know this. And it's also, don't just go for the short division method, because the 39 times table is not something I know, so I can't do short division using that. Okay, so let's go through it really quickly. The things I'm going to be looking for from you today is to make sure you do your happy numbers. Now, they're your times tables. I want you to always do your times tables down the left-hand side of the page, because then you know all the numbers that you're going to be working with, and you won't make any mistakes. Now, the next thing you need to do is don't move the columns. The place value columns are really important for this, because if you don't work with the place value columns, you'll get mixed up, and your ones are going to your tens, and your tens are going to your hundreds, and then you won't get the right answer. And always remember to drop that digit down. If you need a digit, drop it down from above, because then you're working through the entire question itself. So we're going to go through two different questions. The first one is 2,337 divided by 19. Now, I don't know the 19 times table, but I do know a times table that's really close to it, and that's the 20 times table. Now, I'm going to write the 20 times table down the left-hand side of my page. So 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. Now, what I need to do each time is take away what I'm timesing 19 by. So, the first one, 19 times 1, so take away 1, is going to be 19. And then 19 times 2 is take away 2 from 40, it's going to be 38. Then, take away 19 times 3, take away 3, 57. 19 times 4 is 76. And 19 times 5 is 95. Okay, so you can go on and so forth with that. You can see the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to take away 6 next time, aren't you? So, the next thing I need to do is lay it out like I would do a long division. So, 19 outside the bus stop, and inside the bus stop, 2,337. Okay, that's how I should be laying it out. Now let's work through it together. Okay, so first thing I need to do is work out how many 19 is going to 2. No 19 is going to 2, so we can get rid of that. But there is 19 that will go into 23. So to work that out, I need to go over to my times tables and go down the list. So 19 goes into 23, so I know definitely 1 does. 38 does not, because 38 is bigger than 23. So we need to go backwards. 19 goes into 23. So 19 goes into 23 how many times? You check by where it is in the list. It's 1 times 19, so it's only 1. So you put your 1 above the 3. Now, we need to then subtract what number we got to, and the number we got to was 19, because we didn't go further than that. So I'm going to put my 19 below the 23. Then what I need to do is subtract them two questions. So just do it like you do a column subtraction. So 23 take away 19. What I'm going to do is change that to 1. Bring the 10 over. So we've got 13. 13 take away 9 is 4. 1 take away 1 is nothing, so we don't need to work with that. Okay, so now this is where we are. The next thing we need to do is now remember to drop that digit down. I do on my board, I actually put an arrow there in a different colour pen, so I remember that I'm dropping that digit down. So I drop the 3 down next to the 4. So now I've got how many 19s going to 43. So I use this step straight away, which is work through the times tables. How many 19s going to 43? So we know it goes once. 19 goes into 43. We know 38 goes into 43. 57 does not. So now we need to go backwards. So we know how many 19s going to 43. It's 1 and it's 2. So I put my 2 above the 3 up here. Then, exactly like I did on this step, I need to write below here what number we got to. And the number we got to was 38. So I drop my 38 below the 43 and do another subtraction. So I can ignore the 0 for now, because that will not be part of this. Okay, so 43 take away 38. So I'll do exactly what I did before. I need to borrow because I can't take away 8 from 3. So I change that to 3. take the 1 over. 13 take away 8 is 5. 3 take away 3 is nothing. So exactly like I did before, I need to drop that digit. So I'm going to use my red pen. Oh, it's going low. Need to use my red pen, drop that down there, and change that. Put the 7 down here. Now, I now need to do how many 19s go into 57. And I can see that 19 goes into 57. I can see 38 goes into 57. And look at that, 57 goes into 57. So it goes in once, twice, 3 times. So I put my 3 up here. I do my last subtraction just to make sure that I'm doing everything right. 57 take away 57 is 0. If we end with 0, that means we've got no remainders and we answered our question. So 2,337 divided by 19 is 123. Okay, right, now we'll move on to the next one. 7,434 divided by 21. Okay, right, now the first thing we need to do, if you remember, is to do our happy numbers down the side. I don't know my 21 times table, but I do know my 20. So I'm going to put my 20 here. But instead of subtracting 1, I'm adding 1, aren't I? So I need to add whatever I'm multiplying by. So 21 times 1 is 21. Then 21 times 2 is 42. And then 63, 84, and then 105. Okay, I can go further if I need to, but let's work on that for now. So how many 21s go into 7,434? So how many 21s go into 7? It doesn't happen. But how many 21s go into 74? Let's work that out. So 21 goes into 74, 42 goes into 74, 63 goes into 74, but 84 does not. So we put our 63 here. Where do we get up to? We got up to 1, 2, goes in 3 times. So you put our 3 above that 4. Okay, now we need to do a subtraction like before. 4 take away 3 is 1. 7 take away 6 is 1. So we're left with 11. Brilliant. Now, next thing we need to do is always, as we always do, drop that digit down. So we need to drop the 3 down next to the 11 and we get 113. Now, how many 21s go into 113? Just to confirm, let's look back over here to see if when we add 120 to the 6, 126, see if we're not going far enough. Let's just check that. So how many 21s go into 113? We know 21 goes into 113, 42 does, 63 does, 84 does, 105 does, but 126 does not. So we drop our 105 just here. 1, 0, 5. Okay, how many 21s go into 113? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to drop my 5 just there. Brilliant. Now, I need to do my subtraction. So 113 take away 105. 3 take away 5, I can't do. So I need to take this over. 13 take away 5 is 8. 0 take away is nothing, 0. And 1 take away 1 is also nothing. So, if I've got a rubber, I can just get rid of these. They don't matter anymore. Now, don't forget, we need to drop that digit down because we've got 8 on its own. And we drop our 4 down here. 84. Let's check again. How many 21s go into 84? So 21 does, 42 does, 63 does, and oh look, 84, 100% does. So, we drop our 84 here. How many times does it go in? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do our subtraction. 84 take away 84. I know that's going to be 0. We're left with no remainder, so we don't have to put a decimal point in. Okay, next video I would go through a few long divisions with decimal points, but that's really the very, very basics of long division. If you follow each step perfectly, you will be able to work out a long division question. Okay,